All right, so here we are practicing using the chi-squared test. So remember, chi-squared is going to test for independence. So if I've got this random sample of 200 people determining whether a relationship exists between their level of education and home ownership, even though it says relationship here, I'm still going to write out my null hypothesis using the word independent. So my null hypothesis, and I do that with H sub 0, is I could phrase it a bunch of different ways, but basically I'm going to go with home ownership and having a university degree, and I'm going to say that those things are independent. So null hypothesis always goes with independent. So home owning and uni degree are independent. Then my alternative hypothesis, H1, is that the home ownership and degree are not independent. So same sentence, but now I add the word not. All right. So they've given me my observed values. With degree of freedom, either I can get this from my calculator, or I can say that the degree of freedom is going to be my number of rows minus 1, so 2 rows, times my number of columns, 2 columns minus 1. So that's the formula, rows minus 1 times columns minus 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. But I can also get this from my calculator. The other thing I can get from my calculator are both of these values, my expected frequencies and my chi-squared statistic. So I'm going to go into my calculator, and I'm going to go, actually, let's just put that back at 2. So I'm going to quit out of there. I'm going to go into matrix, and I'm going to edit. So I'm going to edit matrix A and put in my observed values. So this is also a 2 by 2 matrix. So I'm going to put in my 48 and 53, oh, not 53 there, sorry, 24. So let's put in 24, and then the 53, and then the 75. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my home screen, and I'm going to go into my statistics tests and push up to get to the chi-squared. All right. So matrix A is where my observed values are. The calculator is going to fill in the expected values. So I'm going to say calculate. All right. So here's my chi-squared value of 11.76. So I'm going to come write this over here. So chi-squared is approximately 11.76. And my expected values, I'm going to come back into matrix and look at matrix B. So I can look at it by doing it this way. Here's my expected values. So 36.36, and then I had 35.64, and my other two, 64.46, and then 63.64, I believe. 63.36. And this should have been also 6.4, not 4.6. So I just copied those down from my calculator. All right, so they tell us the critical value is 3.84. That's what I'm comparing my chi-squared calculated to. So if I think about a graph, it would look something like this. And here would be my 3.841. That's the value they tell me. Here's my 5% rejection region. Here's my 95% acceptance region. 11.76 is much greater than 3.841. 11 is going to be way over on this right side in the rejection region. Therefore, I reject my null hypothesis, which means I accept that I'm accepting my alternative, that home ownership and degree are not independent.